going on, everybody? Welcome back to Birdies and Banter. And hello, friends. This is our Masters preview. It is time for the greatest major in the PGA that all golfers know and love. That is the Masters.
Forget major, greatest sporting event on planet Earth. Why? I don't have to use my cell phone to know where I'm at. I can just be amongst, the celebrities that show up to this event.
Yeah.
And you could just be one. I know Caitlin Clark attended last year. We had Trevor Lawrence there. Um, who else do we have there?
Jason
Oh,
Kelsey's going this year.
Jason Kelsey will be there for ESPN. I mean, I don't think we've had enough of the Kelseys, right? Um, and then we've had Charles Kelly from Lady A. Everybody goes. And then we have Michael Phelps. Remember, he was at Tiger's Masters win
Yeah.
in 2019, just standing behind the tee next to that lady with the big sunglasses.
Yes. So
So yeah,
easy for all these celebrities to go to the Masters.
yeah. But it's a tradition unlike any other, and hopefully we don't get sued by saying that. We might get copyright on YouTube, but it's great to be here. Finally, this is our meat and potatoes of the show. It's major championship season. As you can see, my co-host and I both have green. I have the frat boy green on though, so I can do the one button like that. Probably won't do it, but yeah, I'm excited, man. The azaleas are blooming, magnolia trees growing, and we got the Masters right here. Let's do it.
Yeah, exciting, exciting stuff. 4 days, well, 5 days. We get the par three contest tomorrow, which is always fun. Cause get to see Tommy Fleetwood and his kid see if he can make it over the water this year and provide some commentary on that. Speaking of Tommy Fleetwood, he did get a sponsor. He got a hat sponsor finally. Blackstone, not
Yeah,
the grills.
not the grill. It's a financial company or something like that. There's two different Blackstones.
They're worth 2 trillion in
Yes,
assets, which is insane. So
because I thought he got the because Blackstone's like an official grill for the PGA Tour, so I thought he got that. And then Patrick Reed got a jet sponsor. Jason Day added a bank sponsor while he's seeing birds of a feather with his bird vest on from Albon.
I'm kind of feeling the birds.
That's a good practice round outfit. I would have wear that during the competition. I know, I think it was last year or 2 years ago. He had the major championship or whatever. And they told him, "Man, you
Yeah, I
can't wear that."
think that was last year.
And then I think Justin Rose had another finance sponsor. For some reason, these guys like to sign sponsorship deals for this major, rightfully
One
so.
and done. If you can get more money, I would
Yeah,
too.
yeah, it's one of the most watched. But we got 91 players in the field this week. Obviously, there's two big names that are not here for various different reasons, and we'll get into that shortly. But yeah, looking forward to it, man. And we get to see Jose Maria Olazabal in the field. Let's see,
Angel Cabrera
Angel
is in the
Cabrera is
Freddie
back. Yeah,
couples.
Fred Couples, who
VJ, I think. Yeah.
VJ's in the field. Should be fun though. And then I think Charles Schwartz was in the field as well, 2011 champion. Get
Wow.
the randos in there.
Yeah. Good Mike Weir's in there. Danny Willett, he's in there.
Hey, Mike Weir hasn't been played too bad on PGA Tour champion, so shout out to him. Danny Willett's been on like the alternate list a couple of times, but hey, if forever you're known as a Masters champion when you win. I don't care if it's 10 years ago, 20 years ago, you still have that green jacket for life. So,
Yeah.
and we'll show that the Champions Dinner was tonight as we record this on the Tuesday before the Masters.
Yeah. Before we get into all the everything Masters, who's gonna be there and our picks, we have to talk about our boy Tiger Woods. Everyone knows by now about his DUI arrest and him flipping his Range Rover, driving under the influence of possibly opioids, which he had a couple of them in his pocket. He has since gone to Zurich and is gonna go to a rehab facility there. Um, just a tough scene. Tough to see that guy. He made his appearance on TGL and definitely had everyone talking whether he can compete at the Masters this year. So, just hopefully he just finds the help that he needs and gets back to who we all know and love, and hopefully all his scandals are done. But
Yeah, man. As much as we're not going to play the body cam footage on this show because there's probably 5 billion outfits. Daily Mail, TMZ plays that. Obviously, there's the memes going around. People wearing his T-shirt with the buckshot. We already saw that in Houston, I believe. I don't know how they printed that. That was quick. But all seriousness, though, man. Just glad that one nobody died because that is just a gnarly crash. I thought it was a joke because we've been through this road. We've seen him flip the car in in the LA area after the Genesis a few years ago, and he could have died in that one. We seen him get pulled over and kind of just stumbling a few years ago in 2017. Obviously, we know what happened in 2009. We're not going to dive deep into that, but yeah, it's been. I think it's hard for Tiger. Number one, I think he just doesn't know how to be Eldrick Woods the human, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? I think he's always, we've all known him as Tiger Woods, greatest golfer of our generation. That is case shut and closed there. But I just really hope that, forget the golf. I just hope that he has a better quality of life by, going to go and get help. Because and hopefully he just does it for his kids, man. That's the main thing. Do it for your kids, do it for your family. And I know it's been tough the past year with the injuries. His mom passed away. So yeah, it's difficult, and I just hope he has the right people. And I said this on my podcast a couple weeks ago when it initially happened. I just hope that he has the right people in his corner that will guide him to get healthy and stay away from the painkillers, which I think he was most likely on. We don't know because he didn't do a urine test. But yeah, I just hope that he gets healthy and just gets back to being the human being that we all know and love. Because obviously, if he never plays again and he lives a better quality life, amazing. Like I said, Tiger Woods, greatest golfer of our generation. But now the focus is goes to Eldrick Woods, the father and the human being. No, that's just plain and simple.
Yeah, just want to see that guy get back to his normal being, and
Hmm.
Charlie's going to FSU,
Yeah.
Sam's doing her thing, but
Hmm.
um, yeah, just tough to see that happen again, fourth
Yeah.
time now. So,
Yeah.
uh, and he's not going to be at the Masters, and he already declined his Ryder Cup cap
Captaincy.
captaincy. Yeah,
Yeah, and he's gonna do it. It's just a matter of the right
yeah,
stuff. He's been, I know he was busy before the crash happened, with PJ Tour trying to reform the schedule. We've been over that. Another guy that won't be there and is his probably rival, maybe peer, but I would say his kind of guy that was competing alongside with him for all these years when we grew up. Phil Mickelson is not there, and that's due to he's had a personal health matter within his family. So just hope everything's all well with Lefty there. First time since 1994 we will not see Lefty or Tiger in the field at Augusta.
insane.
That's just a gnarly stat. Of course, we've all know what they've done at that place.
Yeah,
We all know how much they love and respect that tournament. The Champions Dinner photo that was just released a few hours ago looked a little weird, just because usually you see those two, one's on one side, one's on the other. But yeah, it's going to be a little different not seeing them on the leaderboard or just not even on TV this week. It's going to be weird, but um, we might see a new legend get his green jacket this week.
yeah. And one more thing before we get into our picks. Rory McIlroy, defending champion, got his Masters dinner, Champions dinner. A little controversy. A lot of people thought he would go more Irish foods, but he wanted to do something different and wanted to see, bring in flavors, I guess, around Georgia, I guess. Not a bad menu, not some things I probably wouldn't have at my champions dinner, but to each of its own. One thing I would want to just point out, bacon wrapped dates. Not a fan.
I would try it. You know what I mean? Just because you got the
Don't
best
like
chefs on
dates.
you got the best chefs on the planet cooking. So I would try it just because if I was the champion of life, I'm eating it. I do like the shrimp tempura though. So shout out to the shrimp tempura. for
Yeah.
Rory. I did see how the Carpaccio came out. I'm sure that was phenomenal, and then also the filet mignon, phenomenal as well. Um, I've only had toffee pudding like once or twice, so it's not something that I would go eat every day. But I just love how the people, especially non-golf fans, which this week you're going to see a lot more. This is like the
It's
biggest
like,
event where a lot of the non-golf fans, you're just casual sports fans, watch this and then they
yeah.
forget about the other three majors. No disrespect to them.
Maybe the
Uh,
US Open.
the U.S. Open Championship.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a little interesting, with the menu. And I know he was in the press conference. By the way, wore the green jacket into the media center, and he's like, "Yeah, I just want to have a lot of Irish food or something like that." And
Yeah.
so a little interesting, but I know for our guy, it just seems like he's. I'm not sure if he's going to play well week. It don't really matter this year. I think this is more of like a gap year for him. I'm not saying
Yeah.
that he'll contend, but it just seems like he's relaxed. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Just relieved. I'm enjoying it. And we saw him at the Anwa and the drive chip and putt over the weekend. He played with his dad as well. So I think it's just more of a celebration. Not sure, like I said, not sure if he's going to play well, whatever. We'll get into that a little bit. But yeah, the menu was a little bit interesting. But the elk sliders, though, also an underrated feature of that.
Yeah. I
But
don't
not
mind.
the ricotta toast. I mean, it's a little okay.
Peach and ricotta flatbread. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
interesting. But yeah. Um, that is it. Anything else before we get into our picks?
Just want to give a shout out to Astros Tally from Chowchilla. We all know what happened at the Augusta National Women's Amateur. Congratulations to all the players that competed too. That's a massive accomplishment, no matter if you made the cut or not. But yeah, Asterisk unfortunately had a quad, I believe, on the 12th hole. Unfortunately, just happened at the wrong time, wrong place, and the way she handled it, phenomenal. That's why she's one of our great champions here in Northern California, but also just a great, human on and off the course. So shout out to her. She's going to win plenty more big events. Probably will be back here in the same position next year. But also shout out to the winner, Maria Jose Marin from University of Arkansas, from Columbia, reigning NCAA player. The shot of the tournament wasn't really a shot of a tournament because on hole 12, I think she was in the group in front of her. She hit,
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like a gap wedge, 9 iron, and it stayed on the bank. And in the
Yeah.
back of my mind, I'm like, okay, this girl's got it right here. What a break. Because I know they'll soften the conditions up
Yeah.
for the amateurs, but still that ball just stayed on the bank. She got
Insane.
up and down, and then yeah, she just went on her way. So shout out to her. She had her family following her, which was really cool. Had a local firefighter be her caddy for the week. But yeah, congratulations to them. And also our future champions too. Drive, chip, and putt. I wish you could have done this like 15 years ago when we could have done it, man. We could have been there lifting the trophy. Larry Mize is probably handing me my trophy or Marco Vera.
Layered
Um,
small.
yeah, Tiger right there. But also, yeah, congratulations to all the kids that qualify. That's an unbelievable experience. What's a lifetime experience to be able to compete at Augusta National, but also just being able to represent your community and have your family there. I mean that
Yeah.
always turns at the heartstrings.
Yeah, I wish we could have competed. That would have been real nice, but
My dad
no,
says that all the time, so we're not the only ones.
hey, what can we do now? Um, but yeah,
All right, so I think we're gonna go into our picks. We're gonna do our social media picks. Only got two, but shout out to Austin, my boy Austin Turner, and DJ Wally C, Walter Kasuga. Austin went with Colin Morikawa. I'm just concerned about this body part right here. We're gonna turn around.
yeah. I'm pretty sure he said
He
he's
is.
playing, right? But
He's played. Yeah, I want to see how the kid does. I want to see how Colin does on
trust me,
Thursday.
I'm not picking him this week.
Yeah, we're
Okay,
we're we're
we
kind
made
of
that
staying
mistake
away.
last.
We're staying away. We don't want a freak injury, but before that, I mean, he was just rolling and making. The game was looking like he was
Yeah,
back at the major championship level. Then that freak swing, practice swing that he had on the 11th hole,
swinging too
which
hard.
that PJ Tour released a docu series during the player or after the Players Championship, and Siwoo Kim was in that group, mic'd up.
Yeah,
And yeah, just pretty crazy to see how that situation unfolded. But glad Colin is doing well. But Austin, I don't know. I can't really give you an honest verdict just because I want to see how he does on Thursday.
yeah.
And Wally C went with Jason Day. Jason's been a little inconsistent. Had a top 10 finish at Houston a couple weeks ago at the Houston Open. But I don't know what version we're gonna get. We're gonna get the guy that just has no game coming into the week, or a guy that's motivated, making putts, ball
Yeah,
striking is phenomenal. I just don't know. But also, quick rundown of the past couple winners. We had Matt Fitzpatrick come out of nowhere at the Valspar. Shout out to Gary Woodland, man. Way to get it done, G-Dub, getting the
yeah,
win. And then Sunday, the Valero Texas Open was hard to follow because delays. And all of a sudden, JJ Spawn came out of absolutely nowhere.
yeah.
So
Insane.
first win since his U.S. Open triumph last year at Oakmont.
Do you see he
Uh,
had a different caddy? I didn't even know he switched caddies.
no, I think it was the same guy, but it was hard because I didn't
Was
realize
it?
San Antonio. I didn't realize San Antonio was cold. You know what I'm saying? So they had bundled up, looking like they were
Maybe.
playing in, look like they were playing winter or golf or something like that here. So, yeah, but it's insane to see these guys come out of nowhere to win these tournaments. And Liv only had I think one event after we last aired during the Players. That was won by Bryson, who might be one of my picks. Uh-oh.
Oh. Uh, Also in the field, how many first timers? 25? Something like that?
Yeah, Jacob Bridgman, who's the FedEx Cup leader right now. Chris Gotterup,
Yeah.
it's his rookie time. Harry Hall, because he finished in the Tour Championship, I think top 30, and then you get to go to the Masters. A couple of the amateurs too. Mason Howell, who won the U.S. Amateur just up the
Yep.
road from us at Olympic Club. Jackson Harrington as well. I know there was an insurance guy that won the Mid-Am, and then there's big controversy because he was
Yeah.
a pro and then went to insurance, got reinstated as an amateur. Uh, our work deals with that. We're not
We
going to
know
really
some of
comment on that situation.
that.
Congrats to him though on making it. Hey, shout out to you
Hey
for making
man.
it to Augusta,
You
whatever.
you had to win, someone had to win the mid
Yeah,
amateur. So
yeah, I won the Mid-Am in the Arizona desert there. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not real. I always stay away from the first timers just because you just want to see how they do. And
yeah,
sometimes,
it's
the
too
game
much.
doesn't match up, or just the pressure cooker being at Augusta National ratchets it up to an 11, and then I think it takes couple tries. The last guy to do it was the late great Fuzzy Zeller, who won in 1979.
Damn. Yeah. All right, so do you want to go first this time? I think I went first last week.
Yeah, so I'll go
Unofficial major.
first. And if you've been watching the show, you watched the show a few weeks ago. I did mention two out of the three guys that were going to be in contention, and the first two names I'm going to say are divisive in the golf world. But you know what? It is what it is. We're going to go with my third pick here from Clovis, California, but he lives in Grapevine, Texas. Bryson DeChambeau, who's the 24th golfer in the world. Hey, Bryson's been back-to-back top tens the past 2 years at the Masters. We knew, I think he got lost last year because we built that final grouping of him and Rory so much, and then all of a sudden his irons disappeared. I think there's no rain in the forecast, at least that I know of. I'm just concerned about his irons. You know what I mean? I think the driver's going to show up. He's improved with his putter. Even though sometimes he might be unsure, that just looks like he wants to, beat up his caddy at some points, or look up at the clouds. But I'm just concerned about the irons, wedges, and he said that he's building his own iron set again and wedges. So a little bit concerning, but I mean, the guy just can overpower Augusta National like it's nobody's business. So, especially with the course firm and fast that's going to be this week, I like his chances. Another a former live golfer, a guy that will be coming back to the PJ Tour later this year. That is right, Patrick Reed, number
Wow.
23rd ranked golfer. Why Patrick Reed? He's won twice. But we didn't see those victories because he was on the DP World Tour out at 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm not
Different
that much
time
of a
zone.
sicko. Won in Dubai, won in Qatar, finished top 10 at the Joburg Open in South Africa. This dude loves playing around the world, and he hasn't played since then, so a little concerning that he hasn't played that much golf. But since his win in 2018, which most golf fans like to forget because some hate him, um, he's had four top tens in his last six Master starts, and I think he's just on a mission to kind of just prove that he still belongs in in that top echelon of players. And I know obviously returning to the PGA Tour, we all know what's next year, the Ryder Cup, and I think Team USA needs a little kind of villain energy. We got too many nice guys on the team, and they need a guy that could just shut up the crowds and play to them. You know what I'm saying? And just a guy that's
Yeah.
just an a-hole on the course. You know what I'm saying? With just that that tenacity
Yeah.
when it comes to the Ryder Cups and just stick it to the fans over there in that setting. I think he's motivated to get back to that, and I feel like if the driver can stay in the fairway, you know what I'm saying. I think he'll be there. But we already know he has a terrific short game. Putter's been great. It's just a driver that I'm concerned about. And a guy that's going to follow in Rory's footsteps. Rory won the Players last year. We all know what happened. The next big tournament, wins the Masters. A guy that won the Players this year. Forever young. I want to be forever young. Listen, Cameron Young is going to slip on the green jacket. He's in the right state of mind to me. It is concerning. He hasn't played since the Players. I think he's just taking time to just kind of breathe a little bit, enjoy the victory that he had at the Players. Um, he's gained strokes on the field with his putter, 18 of his last 22 starts, going back to a year ago at the Masters. I think he's really the closest guy that can. He has the firepower. I mean, we saw the 375-yard drive. I think he just has that mindset. He missed the cut last year, but
Yeah.
since then, 11 top tens, two wins. We saw what he did at the Ryder Cup in his backyard in New York. But I like Cameron Young, man. I think the guy is just due for kind of a major breakthrough, and he's gonna get his first major this year. I have a feeling it's gonna be this week, but if not, it'll be maybe at Aronimink or maybe at Shinnecock Hills. If it's at Shinnecock, amazing story since he's from New York, grew up literally down the highway there, down the interstate there. But yeah, I like Cameron Young to win.
Nice. Um, so I decided this right before I wanted to choose my three players. I am gonna try and not choose the same guy in each major. So a
Okay,
little bit of a challenge for me
I like
this
that.
year. But so the first, three that I've picked this year is Morikawa, Jake Knapp, and Sahith. Unfortunately, Morikawa withdrew, Jake Knapp didn't make the cut, and Sahith had a good week.
Yeah,
But
top
unfortunately,
25.
Sahith is not in the Masters, so um, tough to not see that guy this week, but he'll be back for sure. He's been playing well.
Yeah.
So it has already taken us one Players Championship, and we have already picked the same guy for this week. My first guy is Cameron Young.
Forever young.
Dang it, dude. You started singing. I'm like, oh no. He was the winner of the Players Championship. He's making his fifth appearance, two missed cuts and two top tens. Real consistent. You're either gonna be a top 10 or miss the cut. So he has a great swing. I wish I could just pause at the top of my swing and just let loose going through. Even more, I would say, even more exaggerated than Hideki, honestly. I
Yeah.
don't know. Um, Something about his swing. Like Derek said about strokes gained, he is number four strokes gained off the tee and number eight total on tour currently. So I really like Cam Young to win. Um, he could probably overpower the course. He's just got to make sure everything has come together in his game, just like the players. My overall winner, who I think is gonna win, is gonna be Matthew Fitzpatrick.
Oh,
He was a winner at the Valspar after losing at the Players to Cam Young back-to-back weeks. So if his game is on, he has a chance to win it. And you saw that at the Valspar. His
hmm
driving was good, his putting was good, and he did make a long putt on the last to win. So um, really like where his game is at, and he hasn't won a major since his US Open win. So um, he's made the cut all 10 appearances at the Masters, and five of them were top 25. So he can definitely get around Augusta, and yeah, we'll see what happens. So, um, and then my third and final guy, Derek. This guy has also won on the PGA this year.
Oh,
A little theme there with all three of my players. I'm going with Justin Rose. He was the winner at the Farmers Insurance, and then last year, not last year, he was tied 13 at the Players. So, uh, little streaky, I would say this year. His game was definitely on at the Farmers, and then a couple missed cuts. But I just watched his video with Grant Horvat, and he shot 7 under. So I mean, this guy was rolling the rock pretty well, and he was also rolling the rock pretty well last year. Second place finish, and gave Rory a run for his money down the stretch. So. He's also number nine strokes gained approach to the green, which is very important at Augusta. So yeah, Justin Rose, we'll see what happens. Hopefully to get his first green jacket and go back to back Englishman.
hey, well, we haven't had one since Danny Willett 10 years ago, ironically. And it's hard to believe Justin Rose, he's 45 years old. The dude, has not aged a day, and he's seventh in the world. Just a little concerned about his short game driver. I know the putter is going to be rocking and rolling, but if he can get off to a good start like he did at the Farmers, look out and get that redemption. I think if Rory was not in the playoff, I think everybody would have been cheering for Justin Rose. I mean, let's just be real here. He's become one of my favorites. Matty Fitz, for a guy that's like our height. He's just gained so much distance, you know what I'm saying? I think just watch it from full swing like
Was it
season
two
one.
years ago or 3 years ago
Yeah,
when he was like, "I'm just gonna like try to swing as fast as I
yeah.
can"?
And you can kind of tell that he's got that firepower now. Um, since the PGA last year, 2 wins worldwide, 12 top tens. I think he won at the BMW PGA, which is like the DP World Tours version of the players over there.
Yeah,
But yeah, he's been playing sensational golf. I think he's flying under the radar. I just feel like I said, if the driver's not in trouble, if he doesn't hit into Rae's Creek, he has a chance. And obviously, it comes down to the putter. We've seen the putter, shine like it has, like it did at Valspar and at the U.S. Open at the Country Club, and then we've seen it come crashing down at times. So,
yeah,
but I like where his game's at. I wouldn't be surprised to see him kind of pull off one of the majors that we got coming up here. But good picks, man. We'll see. God save the king. If one of your picks wins, I'm gonna sing God Save the King live. That is right.
Yeah, should be interesting. And but then that sets me up. I still have Bryson, John Rahm, maybe Jordan Spieth for the US Open pick. So uh I feel like my picks are okay. I don't think I'll choose these people down the line.
Speaking of Jordan, I think at the PGA where he's one major away from winning the career Grand Slam. I think he's going to give it. I think it'll be his best chance to win it. I'm just saying. I don't know. His game, it's shown signs of like improvement. He
Yeah,
hasn't had that like top five or oh, I've come close to winning because we've seen
contending.
the.
Yeah.
I think it was a couple weeks ago. He was near a rock and then near a tree, and then they couldn't find the ball. Mikey Greller had to go get it, and then we see missed putts. So you get your occasional roller coaster experience. But if there's any guy that knows that course and loves that tournament as well, that is Jordan Spieth, and I just feel like he could miss the cut or just come out of nowhere Sunday and then be
Yeah.
like 5 groups ahead of the final group and then shoot low. But I think Jordan, he's going to get a win this year during the regular season. Major, maybe PGA, but like I say, I just need to see more of a top 10 like ascension um, from
Yeah.
him.
Yeah. So that's it. That's our picks. And just remember when you're watching the par three contest, if you win that one, you're not winning the Masters. So have your kid, have your wife, girlfriend hit a shot. Just make sure you just DQ yourself before you sign that scorecard.
At least you can see Jack and Tom Watson play and Gary Player.
Yeah,
Um, I feel like that curse is gonna get broken in our lifetime. I just, it's
it's
hard because
hard.
because some guy, if the kid hits, I think the rules are if one of your kids hits the ball, or you don't putt out or whatever, then you're ineligible if that makes sense.
Yeah,
There's a lot of guys that do that, will do that, to get their kids involved. Obviously, family moment there with the wives and girlfriends at the part three contest. But I'm interested to see what happens on Thursday. It should be exciting, man. I think it's going to be another electric finish. And I think we're going to get a first time major champion.
nice. Yeah, so we'll see everyone next week with the recap. Hopefully, like Derek said, we get a great finish, and yeah, looking forward to it. Greatest week on
Greatest
grass.
week in sports, and enjoy your pimento cheese, enjoy your egg salad, drink the azaleas. It's going to be popping up this weekend in Augusta, Georgia. Bye bye, friends.
Woo!